Sandra, Georgia. Can you guys hear me? All right, perfect. Well, welcome. Well, listen, everybody, Happy New Year. It is hard to believe that number one, it's 2026. Number two, today is January 8th. Isn't that hard to believe? Like, next thing you know, we're halfway through January, and it seems like we were just getting started yesterday. So we have a lot to cover with you today. I want to paint a picture. I want to share with you, first of all, some successes and wins that we've had over the last year. And then what I want to do is talk to you about where we're going. But before we get started, I almost forgot. Let me find the disclaimers. All right, so Rhonda, can you do me a favor and let me know if you can see those okay?
Good.
What's that?
You're good.
All right. Well, here's their normal disclaimer that we show every single week. And again, I know all of you are pretty much a part of the community, or you wouldn't be on the community builder call. So you know these things. You can screenshot this, take your time, go through it. I think it's important because we want to make sure that we're doing everything above board. We're following all the laws, and we're doing everything compliantly. And so this gives you all of that information. This one is pretty easy for me to go over with you, even though I can't see it all. Let me get rid of that. This presentation may contain forward-looking statements. It's going to contain forward-looking statements because we're talking to you about the vision of Rally and where the blockchain, our goals of where we want to be by the end of 2026. We're going to give you a schedule of things that we're going to launch and we're working on launching. So it's going to contain some forward-looking statements. There's no earning claims or financial advice. And all digital rewards mentioned are for utility purposes only. We want you to do your own research. Okay, DYOR, do your own research, do your own due diligence. The information provided is strictly for educational purposes, and nodes in blockchain operations are governed by the DGF, which is the Distributed Governance Framework. And so with that said, we're going to get right into the slides, and I'm just going to share my screen. And then, Rhonda, if you can just verify if you can, for some reason, it's not letting me do the slideshow, Rhonda.
Okay,
that's interesting. Oh, here we go. I just refreshed it. How's that?
Yeah, it's good. It's perfect. Thank you, Darren.
All right, thank you. All right, well, listen, everybody, let's talk about from vision to a new era of reality with R-Link 2025. And some of this is repetitive. And I want you to understand that it's on purpose, because we really want you to see what all you have done, what you've accomplished, and the importance of not only what that built from the foundation, but how we're going to scale and how we're getting results. So thanks to you, in 2025, we did 18.5 million in revenue, which is significant, right? How many companies do you know that launch and do that in a very short period of time? We had a live event in Florida, which we're going to talk to you about, the next one coming up next month. We did over 3 million in revenue that came from that event in a very short period of time. And last year is nothing compared to what we're going to have for you this year. The infrastructure migration, last year we had, and again, I used to think that whenever you had an obstacle, it was a bad thing. And then I had mentors in my life, and this was one thing that changed my life a long time ago, that said, Darren, no, obstacles are blessings. Without obstacles, there is no elevation. Without obstacles, you can really never go to the next level. And I remember seeing a quote from the founder of IBM when they said, how do you double your rate of success? He said, you double your rate of failure, because when you look at failure is only final if you quit. And winners look at failure as, hey, I either win or I learn. And so mid-year, we had some challenges. And those challenges opened up doors that would have never been opened up if we hadn't had those challenges. So we transitioned mid-year our infrastructure while staying live the entire time, which is amazing, thanks to an amazing group of people like you and all of the support team like Rhonda and Kim and the devs. And so congratulations to all of you on that. The Connect integration and rebrand, that happened, which was powerful to be able to do that. We rebranded our site, r-link.com. Just a lot of work went on behind the scenes. And I know for me, that's not really my world. I'm not a techie person. So if I just look at a website, and because now I've been in marketing and sales and all kinds of stuff for many years now, I've learned to appreciate how much work goes into even a slide like this, right? Between putting the right information in the right order, the colors. Well, a website and a rebrand is something completely different because we don't think about how, hey, look, well, what about the logo for the actual token? What about the logo for the blockchain side? What about the website and the functionality? Okay, what about what links, what information, and how do you update the information? It was a lot, and we did it. We did it well, and it was amazing. So our link, we proved last year we could scale, we could adapt, we could grow under pressure. We process significant revenue. I can't speak properly, but we did well with our link. We expanded globally. We integrated blockchain sales, and we completed a full platform transition. Again, all while staying live. So this is just a nice screenshot of what happened. 18.5 million in revenue, over 500 plus nodes were sold, and that's plus plus. We are in over 150 countries and almost zero downtime. So we had 99.99% uptime with our products and our services, which is incredible. What 2025 actually required: platform migration. That was back in August. We launched a MVP, which is a minimum. What's the word for that, Rhonda? Minimum viable product. Is that the right minimal? Am I saying the right word?
Viable
product.
Yeah, minimum viable product.
Minimum viable product. Okay. All right. I thought so, but when I said it, it didn't sound right. All right. Stability over polish. We're like, hey, look, and one thing that one of our community members, Tony, has continually said, which is, this is how he scaled 3 different companies to over $1 billion revenue in sales all within a 36-month window. I mean, that's very impressive. He said, look, you don't need perfect, you need good enough. And so not only with us as we're progressing in life, it's about progress, not perfection, but also when you're building a business, it's about, hey, look, give me the stability over polish. We can polish it as we go. And then silent build mode. The things that have been being worked on behind the scenes that we're going to talk to you about in just a minute, they're really mind-blowing. And I don't even like saying mind-blowing, exciting. We hear all of that so much all the time that it really just becomes, we get numb to it. But we migrated from legacy infrastructure, prioritized continuity, and kept the community active while the rebuild happened quietly. And so the gap between experience and vision was intentional and temporary. The 25 reality, what the community saw, the platform worked. Okay, workflows felt basic. Like, hey, this is basic. It's cool. It's got some bells and whistles. But experience lacked vision. Now it says lagged, but it's supposed to be lacked. I didn't get a chance to change that. But what we were building behind the scenes, what we're going to share with you next month in Florida, and you will see, right? Documentations beats conversation. The platform we're on right now, when you see the new one, you're going to go, oh my gosh, it was like we were in a horse and buggy in the old days with the previous version 1, but version 2 is like a Ferrari or jet. You went from horse and buggy to a private jet. That's about how it's going to feel, and I'll talk about that once we finish the slides. So we chose continuity and revenue protection while rebuilding the foundation underneath. We didn't pause. We just built fast. And so not only did we build fast, this is something, again, I try to mix in things that have made a huge impact on my life, even talking about like what our link has done, what the Rally blockchain has done, what you have done. The quality of our life is determined by the quality of questions that we ask ourselves. And every time I pause, if we ask bad questions, we get bad answers. If we get good questions, we get good answers. And so when we were going, hey, look, how can we make this better? How can we go from really web 2 to web 3 and even beyond that? And so that's where we enter the next era, right? We're going from functional web 2 workflows. Hey, it works, right? It's basic and it works, to future forward web 3 and even Web 4 native. Like, we're so far ahead with some of the things that you're going to see that no one has ever done it before. When you look at video conferencing, and again, you look at the evolution of where we started, we're a video conferencing, basically blockchain. Then we're like, hey, we're not just going to do video conferencing. We're going to do webinar. Hey, we're not just going to do webinar. We're going to do live streaming. Hey, we're not going to do just live streaming. We're gonna man really tie in AI, and then we're gonna anything in communication, and then we're gonna tie in commerce. So we've talked about this multiple times. We have a lot of brand new people on here, and we want to welcome you to the community, where Gary Vee is talking about how social selling is the wave of the future. How you used to have millions of followers for all those influencers and affiliate marketers and stay-at-home moms and someone that wanted an extra revenue stream. They would have to go out and build a massive following. But now with social selling, it's not like that. Like if you look at TikTok Shop, if you look at, I think it's called Whatnot, WeChat does trillions of dollars because they've incorporated social selling, live selling. It's not the old, home shopping network on TV where you got to sit on there and watch it. I mean, we're talking about in your hand, on a phone. In China, over 30% of their e-commerce is social selling, over a $500 billion space, and it's coming this way fast. So when we share with you next month, version 2, you're going to see Web 3 and Web 4, things that have never been created before. Like, we're not talking about, here are 2 cool video conferencing platforms. One has better bells and whistles. One is cheaper. We're talking about, here's the difference, and something completely different that's never been done before. It's what R-Link was meant to be the entire time. It's the vision that all of us have had, but it just took the right doors opening and some closing to really push us in that direction. So the foundation's laid. Now the platform catches up to the vision from infrastructure survival to experience first execution. So let's look at what we're going to do. These are the forward-looking statements I was sharing with you, that our goal and our vision. And again, some of these things, they may happen faster. Sometimes technology, things happen. It takes a little bit longer, but the goals are what we're going to share with you. Quarter 1, February. The new studio architecture. There's not one single person, because we have an advisory council and we made them sign NDAs, non-disclosure agreements. And when we showed them the platform, version 2, they were completely blown away. Every single person. They're like, you were not kidding when you said the difference between a horse and buggy and a jet. It's that much of a difference. So reimagine meetings and streams. Quarter 2, March through April, white labeling. So, I mean, think about if, Kroger grocery stores wanted to have their own white label. They could do that using any of our services. We have companies with over 1 million distributors that are ready for the white labeling. Just as soon as we say we're ready, they want it. We're going to have AI agents. Well, you can have an avatar that actually does meetings for you, with you. AI agents that do customer service. I mean, the sky is the limit when you look at what AI can help you with, especially tied into commerce and communication. Branded environments. They won't see Rally on the Kroger grocery store if they, I'm just using that as an example, or another network marketing company, or an affiliate marketer, or maybe a real estate company. Whoever wants that white label, it's their own brand. And we don't care. As long as we're driving revenue and we have real products, real services, real utility, we don't care if they're seeing the R-Link brand. We don't care because it's all going through the Rally blockchain, whether people know it or not. Like, we get on the internet and you can, Tony always talks, his mom can get on Amazon and order things. She can watch Netflix, but she doesn't understand how any of it works. Well, none of us really care how HTML and all the programming and code really works. I don't care how I get in my car and I can press a button and it starts. I just care that it does start. And I like for it to start. And I'm sure you do too. So that branded environment and having a white label option is going to be huge when it comes to driving real revenue. Those of you that know about Pixa, the social selling app that Tony purchased and is given that to the Rally blockchain, right? You're going to see that totally revamped. The beta version that you may have seen so far won't even look the same. Okay, coming up, actually, we're most likely going to open the curtains and let you see behind the curtains, if we get a chance, of the new Pixa content engine, the Pixa app in Florida next month at our event in Tampa. A messaging app. So we're going to start out, we're going to have a messaging app. If you look at WhatsApp or Signal, a truly secure messaging app. And then not only that, we're going to embed monetization. I mean, when I heard that WeChat, basically a messenger app, is doing trillions of dollars in transactions, I'm like, how? But if you research, it's because they've embedded monetization. And there's so many things you can do. Again, that's why the Rally blockchain, the R-Link brand, has transitioned into AI commerce and communication. Late 2026, which we're almost halfway through January, that's not too far away as fast as things are moving. We want to launch a secure email. We're going to add the commerce to the messaging app, and we're looking to actually have our own VPN. And the more you get into the blockchain space, the more you realize, I know I have, thanks to people like John T and different ones that have done extremely well, a VPN helps you protect your crypto, protect your everything really on your devices. February live event. This is the turning point. Right? This is where we unveil version 2. This is where you really start to see the new R-Link brand come to existence. And it becomes visible. Registration will open next week. So if you're not in our WhatsApp group, I encourage you, Rhonda, maybe if you could put the community link in the chat so people can go on there, see all the important links, and then also make sure that you join WhatsApp group. So as soon as registration opens, you can register, and we're gonna announce so many great things. But here's kind of the agenda, a rough idea. It's going to be just like the last event as far as the agenda goes. Thursday night, we will do a free overview. So that way, anyone and everyone that you know within a several-hour driving distance, and we have people last time drove from several states away, we're going to do an overview. We're going to have some of the top rally leaders in that room, some blockchain experts that will be doing the overview for you. Even if for some reason, let's just say you can't make it, you've done everything you possibly can, you can still invite them. We'll do the overview, send them back to you for you to help them get started. Friday, Saturday, we're going to have the main sessions. Friday night, we'll have a VIP reception, which we get to hang out, have fun, eat some good food. We'll give you more details on that. And then Saturday, we're working on securing another dinner cruise. How many of you were at the last event in Florida? I can't see the comments now, but I'll look back in a minute. And you just had a blast. I mean, people did not need to fly home because they were so excited. They could fly themselves. They felt like it anyway. We had so much fun. The dinner cruise, the dancing, the food, the relationships, the new friendships. Again, how exciting would it be if you were one of the founders of, let's say, Facebook, or you were the founders of Zoom, or Amazon, or Tesla, or SpaceX, or Uber, or Airbnb? We missed all of that. I mean, I assume you did because I did. But you can imagine how exciting it would be if you were at an event or you knew you had part ownership. If you're a community member and you're helping build and you've got tokens or you've got nodes, you got NFTs, this is just as much yours. The node owners own this. Like, this is our project. People are like, hey, is it your project? You can say, yes, it's my project because I'm one of the people that owns. It's a decentralized, we call it a deco system. And so it's really exciting that, like, this is yours. Like, this is ours. And we're building this together, which is really fun. And here's another thing that I just thank God for every day. It's such a blessing, is that when you bring all of these amazing people together, everyone has certain talents, gifts, and abilities that others don't have. And so when you put all that together and people have ownership and they just want to go all in, and culture attracts what it is and repels what it's not, then what you find is an amazing recipe, right, for a great future, in my opinion. So positioning opportunities, not going to spend a whole lot of time, but I will tell you that we did decide to extend buy one, get one free for the Boost NFTs. This has been one of the biggest revenue generators that we've ever launched. And I will tell you, we're selling them at a fast pace. So the price of the NFTs most likely going to go up pretty quickly. And we're not sure we can extend this anymore, which is why we didn't say, hey, look, we'll extend it to the event, because we don't know if we're going to be able to. A lot of things can happen in a very short period of time in the blockchain space. So we don't know if this will ever be announced again. We don't know if we can extend it again. I'm just being completely transparent with you. So right now, while the price is what it is, $1,500, that gets you an NFT. You buy one, you get one free. And look closely at the slide. Delivered by February 15th. So people go, man, I bought my NFT, but it's not showing. Delivered by February 15th. That's a manual process. And what that does, it strengthens your node performance. So it doubles the token production for 6 months. So if you're getting 1,300 tokens a day, it doubles it to 2,600. It's like having an additional node for 6 months. Now, what I've had people do, I just had a guy that, I sold nodes to. This guy owns, oh man, over 200 franchises. And so what I told him, I'm like, look, not only would I get NFTs for your nodes, if you're asking me what I would do, I would get NFTs for all my nodes. Okay. But then I would also buy extras. So that way you only activate one per node. Because if you activate it, you can't deactivate it. You wasted it. I go, but as soon as one node, that NFT it ends, or what's the word? Not burns out, whatever it is, the end of 6 months, I can immediately activate the next one, and then the next one, and the next one. Okay. Match NFTs are still available. Optional participation. Okay. Where they can buy tokens out of the market every single week. Over 20 weeks, they lock them up. At the end, when they release them, they double the tokens, right? And that all depends on the market pricing. So we don't control that. So make sure you take advantage of those promotions. So why this moment matters. We've had a year of foundation and proof. We're moving products center stage. Okay. Our goal with R-Link is not to affect the price of a token. That's not our goal. Our goal is to build a multiple billion-dollar company with real products, real services, real utility, real revenue, and an amazing community. And we're doing a great job of all of those things right now, thanks to each and every one of you. Platform evolution, ready to be seen. Again, you're going to see version 2 next month at the event. We're going to roll out version 2. We've actually hired a whole nother group of developers with a whole nother set of skills on top of the other developers that we have that are working as well. Okay, so that group has grown, and we're moving light years faster than we've ever moved before. So it's really a really cool place to be. Community's positioned for massive growth. 2026 is not about promises. It's about delivery catching up to the vision. Now, if that sounds good to all of you, do me a favor and let me know in the chat who is excited about where we're headed in 2026. All right. So yes, version 2 will be ready to use next month, right? Now, are we going to have things on the wish list and things we're going to add later on the road? Yes, but it's already operational. It's already up on a secret domain that none of you know about. They're already testing. They're already using it. They're continuing to improve it every single day. And so, again, there's a lot of things that are working behind the scenes. Seeing if I'm trying to think of anything else I want to mention to you. Tony Swantek, were you able to join us? I know he had another call, but I told him to jump on if he could. All right, and then I know it's been a while since I've been on here and able to, really connect with each and every one of you. Here's my encouragement to all of you. Here we are, January 8th. And I remember talking to a billionaire mentor of mine multiple times because he was a mentor of mine for many years. This is the guy that paid for 1,000 kids a year to go to college, gave away hundreds of millions to charity, and on and on and on. And I remember going, man, I just don't feel motivated. Like I feel burned out. Uh-oh.
Is that pet tech company?
All right, how do we mute them, Rhonda?
Wow, that's awesome. I just ordered me some. I said, you're going to love them. I'm going to feel it.
Hey, Rhonda, can we?
Right on. So, I mean, y'all,
Kim,
people are catching on.
can you mute your mic?
What works?
My mic is muted.
Drive from
Okay.
All right, let's
Not
see
me.
here.
I got it.
All right, perfect. Okay. Somebody had an accent like Kim and Rhonda and myself. I heard it. I did. But here's what he said to me. He's like, Darren, look, you're not burned out. You're not unmotivated. You're lacking clarity. Clarity gives you focus, and focus gives you energy. And he said to clear the picture of your dreams and your goals and your future, the more goal-directed your actions are on a daily basis, right? If you want to wake up with that red-hot, burning desire to go out and just take on the world, well, you've got to really get crystal clear on what you want. So again, I was talking to Kim, and we were this has been right before Christmas, and we came up with something. I don't even remember what it was at that time, but there were several things over the last couple months, and all of those great things came from us asking questions. How can we do this better? How can we be different than everyone else? What does the future really look like? What does the perfect blockchain project look like? So as you're, and I encourage you to do this with every area of your life. So for me, I've been evaluating, where do I want my health and fitness to be this year, right? Where do I want my spiritual journey? Like, right, I'm set a goal to read the Bible through in the next 6 months. You may not believe what I believe. That's okay. But what do you believe? Do you have if we don't know where we're going, any road will get us there, right? So I'm trying to be very intentional in every area of my life. If you drew a wheel from physical, spiritual, financial, social, and then you set goals in each area of your life, you'll be amazed at how you're re-energized and you have that clarity and you have that focus. And so as we go from here to February 19th through the 21st, I believe that's the date. Rhonda, if you can put that in the chat. I'm saying that by memory without looking at the slide. What does that look like for you? Because we're January 8th. That's only over a month and a half away, month and maybe 2 or 3 weeks away. And number one, I would set a goal. Thank you. February 19th through 21st. Big decisions are made at big events. Leaders are born at events. I have one of my mentors. This is the first thing that changed my life when I was bankrupt. If you've ever looked at my book or heard me tell my story, it's not to bore you and tell you again. But when I was bankrupt and they were trying to repossess my car, and a mentor of mine said, Darren, I'll see you at a big event. It was in Nashville, Tennessee. And I'm like, nope, you won't see me in Nashville, Tennessee. And he's like, why not? And I'm like, I can't afford it. And he said, thank God he told me what I needed to hear, not what I wanted to hear. It's important you have people in your life that tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. And normally if it ticks you off, it was probably meant for you. That's what I've learned from my experience. He said, Darren, if you're a grown man with a family and you can't afford to take off 48 to 72 hours, not to work on your job, but go work on your fortune, something you're doing is not working. And the definition of insanity is doing what you've always done and yet expect to get something different. To get something different, you have to do something different. You have to be something different. The same version that got us to where we all right now are in our life is not the same version that gets us to the next level. It's a different way of thinking. It's a different set of behaviors. And to be completely honest with you, it is a different environment. If you want to change your life in 2026, you change your environment. You catch what you're close to. If you're around I was around the same negative people for so many years in my life. I was mentally enslaved and didn't even know it. How many of you have ever broken away from a group of people or someone, an individual, a group of people, and going, oh my gosh, how did I not see that? Was I drugged? Was I in a cult? So you catch what you're close to. So the quickest way to change your life is change your environment. When you get around people that think bigger, then that it's so big that it scares you. When you get around people that think positive, I've gotten to the point toward negativity, actually, it annoys me. Is anybody else like that? Right? Like I've gotten around people and I really didn't pay attention to it a lot of times before because I was one of those people, right? Misery loves company. So we'd be around, almost be like a negative tennis match. Oh, yeah, you think your life is bad. Let me hit you with this one. And like, oh, yeah, you think that's bad. Let me hit you with this one. Well, now I understand the power of the people around me. I understand that as we speak, we think and we speak. We're thinking and spitting seeds. You can't live a positive life with a negative attitude. You can't think negative, speak negative, and be around negative people and expect 2026 to change your world. So when all of a sudden I go, what do you mean I can't afford it? He's like, Darren, for things to change, you got to change. I go, I don't have a lot of time. He said, well, you know what? He goes, do you want daycare raising your kids or do you want to raise your kids? That ticked me off, but he was right. He's like, if you don't have any time and you keep doing what you're doing, if I come back to you 5 years from now, will you still be saying I don't have any time? To get something different, you have to do something different. I go, let me think about it. He goes, Darren, all you're going to do is jump off the phone. And this is what made me so angry because it was true. You're going to call your broke friends, family, and neighbors and ask them what they think, but who cares? They're broke. It's like asking me for hair advice. I wouldn't recommend that, right? Doesn't make sense. So what I did was I hid my car because they were looking to repossess it. I drove all night. I went to the event. The people around me thought differently and spoke differently than I'd ever heard before. And something switched inside of me and never went back. I was never the same. And so when I went back the next 90 days, I ended up completely changing my life. You can't change your life overnight, but you can change the direction of your life overnight. And then that's what led me on the journey that I am so grateful for right now. And so when you look at February 19th, number one, you want to make sure you're there. This is not, people are like, what does it cost? I don't think it costs anything. I look at it as I'm investing in me. Now, I'm not saying the business is an investment. I'm not saying no's are investment. I'm saying the best investment you can ever make is the investment in you. Because you take you with you everywhere you go. And your Rolodex is your Rolex. I heard a billionaire say that. I never forgot it. He said, your Rolodex is your Rolex. What does he mean by that? The more relationships you build, the more connections that you have, the more great people you're around, it changes your life. It opens up doors and avenues in ways that you can never think were possible. And so with this event, I promise you, it's going to be an event that's never happened before. It's going to be an event that never happens again. And the ones that are there, we're going to be able to say, hey, 2026, I was actually in that room when they unveiled version 2. The second thing I would encourage you to do, and by the way, I saw someone ask about me going to New York. That's going to be on, I think, January 19th. I'm going to be interviewed on Fox Business and FinTech. Yeah, Rhonda just put January 19th. So that's a big PR event for Rally. And again, we'll get you all the details, and so we're excited about that too. But the second thing I would ask is like, look, how many people do I want to have with me at the event? And that's important because we're building a community. You get rewarded for building the community. And with timing of where we are right now, I don't know how many of you do like I do. Every day I listen and watch interviews and podcasts and YouTube videos from people that I think some of them are the most boring people I've ever heard in my entire life, but they're brilliant. And it's things that make me uncomfortable and it's things I don't understand. But every day I get a little bit more. And I'm hearing about these people talking about the future of blockchain and the future of digital currency and the future of all of these things and how it's working. And how I was listening to one guy that everyone respects and listens to, Tom, not Michael Saylor. It's another one like Michael Saylor. You know what he said on an interview I was listening to last night? He goes, I believe we're done with the 4-year, 5-year halving, the 4-year halving. He goes, I believe we're looking at a 10-year bull run. Tom Lee, thank you, Steve. Yes, that's it. He said, I believe we're looking at a 10-year bull run, the next decade, where the market is going from ridiculed and opposed to self-evident. And we're sitting in that place like the internet boom. Does that guarantee we're going to be successful? No. But you know what I guarantee? I guarantee I'm going to give it all I have. I guarantee you we have a great community. It's up to us to decide. So when we launch the registration next week, in my mind, I'm thinking, number one, I'm going to lead by example. I can't help anyone else. When that mentor of mine said, Darren, I'll see you at the big event. If you don't, basically, he would say, I'll give you group time, but never personal time. That's pretty harsh for someone that can't feed their family, but it was in love, and I was very grateful. And think about it, 30 years later, I share it, 25 years later, 27 years later, I still share that story, that he cared enough about me to hurt my feelings, to ruffle my feathers, to get me outside of my comfort zone. And so no one else went with me. No one. I went by myself. And so you may be by yourself. You can't control everybody else. But then on top of that, how many people do you want to have go with you? And then what I started to do is going, listen, we get paid by the size of the problem we can solve. So when they're sharing their goals and their dreams, and I'm like, hey, Lori, tell me what your goals and dreams are. Well, listen, what do we need to do to get you to Tampa next month? And if Lori gave me all these excuses, my goal is to help her. Number one, hey, Lori, can I coach you for a second? Right? Can I be real with you for a second? You told me you wanted this because of this. Were you serious or were you joking? Right? Well, let me help you solve those problems. If you need a place to stay, we're going to find you several ladies to room with, right? We'll put 5 or 10 of you in a room. It'll be very cheap to put you in a room, right? If you want to share with a bunch, we've had people sleep in bathtubs, on the floor, do whatever it took to get there. We've had people rent buses, drive across the country, so people had a minimal amount of money they had to spend on a bus ticket to get all the way across the country to an event. Now with flights, and the other thing too is I may be talking to Lori, and in her mind, she's thinking that it's so expensive to get to Tampa, but I don't want to leave my future in Lori's hands. So what I do is I go on and go, hey, Lori, listen, your city to Tampa right now is $300, right, to get that ticket. What can we sell in order to help you get that ticket? I'll tell you this one story, then we'll close it out, okay? And Rhonda made a good point. The tickets are going to be the least, the cheapest as soon as we announce it next week. Then they're going to go up gradually to the event. But I had a guy, this guy was so sharp, he was intimidating. But he was also not coachable. He thought he knew everything. He was a legend in his own mind. Anybody know someone like that? All right. But he said, Darren, I can't go. And he gave me all these excuses. And I go, well, you know what? I almost didn't go to the gym this week because I was completely out of peanut butter. The stupidest thing I could have said. I don't even know where I got that from. He's like, peanut butter? What does that have to do with going to the gym? And I said, nothing. But one excuse is as good as another one. I choose peanut butter. And we laughed, even though he was aggravated. He walked away. He went home. He did a yard sale, sold his children's bedroom furniture, not the children with it, just the bedroom furniture. And he went to the event. And he told me, he's like, my wife's telling me I need to quit. I'm like, you need to quit. He's like, what? I go, you don't listen. You're not coachable. You're willing to work, but you're doing the same thing over and over again. So when he went to that event, he came back. In that company, he became a 6-figure earner the next year. And then he went on to become a millionaire club member in that company. And I think he's still there. Like decades later, the last time I talked to him, he still uses the peanut butter story every time they have an event. So why am I going so hard on the event in February? When we send out the link, there's no link yet. We're finalizing the contract. We're getting all that stuff in order. When we send that out next week, let's, number one, all of us get registered. Set a goal of how many people you want to have with you. And then our goal is to make it the best event you've ever attended. Our goal is to deliver on version 2 and to show you something you've never seen before and to roll out incentives and promotions and all kinds of cool stuff. So the way that I'm looking at it is, hey, look, this is the official like version 2 launch. This is the grand opening. This is the celebration. And we want as many of our community and our family there as we possibly can. And it's going to be fun. So with that said, Rhonda or Kim, am I missing anything? All right.
Now we just got to get all you guys to join us in Tampa in February.
Yeah, we're going to have fun. We got some fun stuff planned. We're looking at dinner cruises right now, and it's just going to be amazing. You know, you create the memories. Life is short, so let's live it to the fullest. Let's have fun. Let's see how many people we can help and lives we can impact, and let's create memories. Let's make 2026 the best year ever. Let's go, hey, look, we were there at the event when history was in the making, and because most people will not be able to say that, but we can. So appreciate each and every one of you. It's great to see your smiling faces and can't wait to hang out with you next month in Florida. Have a blessed day, everybody.